Is beauty always a good thing, or can it sometimes be a trap? This enchanting Inuit tale shows how villagers who fell under the spell of pink snow faced reality, and teaches us that sometimes the most beautiful things can be the most dangerous. In the village of Tikvik, located in the most remote corner of the north, everyone was preparing for the harsh winter months as usual. In this small settlement where 15 families lived, winter months were typically tough and monotonous. White snow, gray skies, and cold winds. Everything was always the same. 20-year-old Irnik was the village's youngest shaman. Although still inexperienced, his ability to notice supernatural events was very developed. That morning, when he stepped out of his igloo, he noticed a strange change in the sky. "These clouds aren't normal," he murmured to himself. The clouds carried an unusual pink tone. It was as if the colors of sunset were dancing in the morning sky. In the village square, children were playing. Little Pania was making a snowman while her father Nuka was repairing fishing nets. "Dad, look, the sky is pink," Pania shouted excitedly. Nuka looked up. "It really does look strange." Just then, the first snowflakes began to fall. But this wasn't normal snow. The snowflakes were a beautiful pink color, as if rose petals were falling from the sky. The children screamed with joy. "Pink snow! Pink snow is falling!" Villagers came out of their houses to watch this extraordinary sight. Even the elders had never seen such a thing in their lives. "How beautiful," said the elderly woman Alara. "It's like the gates of heaven have opened." The pink snowflakes gradually intensified. Everything was covered with a pinkish blanket. The village took on a fairy tale appearance. However, Irnik sensed something strange behind this beauty. The nature spirits were whispering something to him, but he couldn't quite understand what it was. "This is very beautiful, but why is this happening?" he asked himself. The villagers were very happy that day. Children played games with the pink snow. Adults tried to photograph this unique landscape. On the second day, the pink snow continued to fall. The village was now completely covered with a pink blanket. The view was so enchanting that the villagers began spending their days outside. "I've never seen anything so beautiful," said young Mother Savannah. "I wish it would last forever." Children were making snowmen with pink snow, playing pink snowball fights. Everyone was very cheerful. However, Irnik began to notice changes in people's behavior. People seemed to be under a spell. They were constantly looking at the pink snow, playing with it. "Nuka, you didn't repair the nets," Irnik said. "Oh, the nets. I'll deal with them later. Right now, I want to watch this beautiful view," Nuka replied, his eyes fixed on the pink snow. This situation worried Irnik. Nuka was always a very disciplined and responsible man. Why was he suddenly acting so carelessly? On the third day, the situation got even worse. People were now neglecting even their basic needs. They weren't cooking. They weren't doing their work. They were just playing with the pink snow, watching it. "Mom, I'm hungry," said little Panya, but her mother Chilak was busy playing with the pink snow. "In a minute, daughter. I'm playing with this beautiful snow right now." Irnik understood the seriousness of the situation. This pink snow was enchanting people. That night, he visited the village's elderly shaman, Tunu. "Tunu, this pink snow isn't normal. It's enchanting people." The elderly shaman thought for a long time. "Irnik, this could be an ancient curse. Pink snow was used by evil spirits in ancient times to trap people. How can we stop it? We need to find the source, but this is very dangerous." Irnik was determined. "I have to take the risk. I must save my village." On the fourth day, Irnik began investigating where the pink snow was coming from. He headed toward the mountains north of the village. As he walked, He noticed that the intensity of the pink snow was gradually increasing. As he got closer to the mountain, he felt a strange energy in the air. On the mountainside, he discovered an old cave. A pink light was seeping from the cave. The source must be here, he thought. When he entered the cave, he saw a room full of crystals inside. The crystals were emitting a pink light, and this light was rising to the sky and forming snow. In the depths of the cave, an elderly woman was sitting. She had long white hair and an evil glint in her eyes. "Who are you?" asked Ernik. The elderly woman laughed evilly. "I am Qilu. I've been living in this cave for hundreds of years." "Is this pink snow you're doing?" "Yes, isn't it beautiful?" "It makes people happy, but it's enchanting them. They can't live their normal lives anymore." Qilu stood up. "That's my plan. People love my beauty. Eventually, they'll abandon their village and come to me." Ernik was shocked. "Why are you doing such a thing?" "Because I'm lonely. I've been alone in this cave for hundreds of years. Now I want friends." "But this is wrong. You can't force people to stay with you." "Nobody wants me. That's why I have to enchant them." There was deep pain in Qilu's eyes. Ernik understood that she wasn't actually evil, just very lonely. "Qilu, I understand. Loneliness is very painful," Ernik said in a soft voice. "You can't understand. You're young and loved in your village, but I've been alone here for hundreds of years." "Why don't you come to the village? Maybe people will accept you." Qilu laughed bitterly. "Who would accept a witch like me? Everyone would be afraid of me. If you lift this spell, I'll take you to the village. I'll show people who you really are." "You're lying. They'll run away when they see me." "No, I guarantee it. But first you must lift this spell." Qilu hesitated. "What if they don't accept me?" "Then I'll be your friend. I'll never leave you alone." These words deeply affected Qilu. For hundreds of years, no one had spoken such kind words to her. "Would you really be my friend?" "Yes, I promise." Qilu burst into tears. "I've been alone for so long. I've even forgotten how to be a friend. You'll learn. I'll help you." Qilu walked toward the crystals. "These crystals are the source of my magic. If I turn them off, the pink snow will stop." "Wait!" Ernik shouted. "If the villagers don't accept you, can you turn these crystals back on?" "Yes, but you promised." "Yes, I did. But I want to give you confidence." Seeing this gesture, Qilu completely softened. Someone trusted her. Qilu placed her hands on the crystals and closed her eyes. The pink light slowly faded. "Okay, the spell is lifted," she said. Outside, the pink snow suddenly stopped falling. The sky returned to normal. "What happens now?" asked Qilu anxiously. "Now we're going to the village, but first I need to teach you something." "What?" "How to smile. People accept someone who smiles more easily." Qilu tried to smile forcefully, but it looked very strange. "Not like that," said Ernik, laughing. "It should come from within. Think of something happy." "Something happy? You're going to be my friend. That makes me happy." This time a natural smile spread across Qilu's face. "That's it. You look very beautiful." As they walked toward the village, Qilu was very nervous. "What if they don't like me?" "Be patient. People will love you as they get to know you." When they arrived at the villagers were sad that the pink snow had ended. "Oh, it was so beautiful," Alara was complaining. "I wish it would come back," said Nuka. Ernik brought Qilu to the village square. "Villagers, I want to introduce someone to you. This is Qilu. She also lives around here." Everyone looked with curiosity. Qilu was very scared. "Hello," said Qilu in a trembling voice. The children approached her. Panya asked, "You're very old. Will you tell us stories?" This question surprised Qilu. "Stories? Yes." Since you're very old, you must know lots of stories." Qilu smiled. "Yes, I do know some." That evening, the villagers gathered around Qilu. She told them stories from ancient times. "Long, long ago, these lands were filled with dragons," she began. The children were mesmerized. Adults were also listening with interest. "Are these stories real?" asked Nuka. "Yes, I lived through all of them." People loved Qilu very much. She also felt the warmth of the villagers. "Can I stay here?" she asked Ernik. "Of course. You're part of our family now." The elderly woman Alara approached Qilu. "You can stay with me. My house is big." "Really? Do you want me?" "Of course. I've been looking for a friend for a long time." Qilu burst into tears. "Thank you." From that night on, Qilu began living in the village. Every evening she told stories to children and gave advice to adults from the old times. Months passed and Qilu had become an indispensable member of the village. Everyone loved her very much. "Qilu, more stories!" the children would shout. She would laugh and tell new stories. One day, Irnik asked her, "Are you happy now?" "Very happy. I've never been this happy." "What about the crystals? Did you completely destroy them?" Qilu smiled. "No, but now I use them for good things." "Like what?" "To warm the village during winter nights, but nobody notices." "That's very nice." "Irnik, thank you so much for giving me a chance." "I thank you too. You taught us a lot." "What did I teach you?" "How painful loneliness can be, and that everyone needs love." Qilu's eyes filled with tears. "You saved my life." In the village square, children were playing. This time, normal white snow was falling, but nobody was complaining, because now they had Qilu's stories. "Children, let me tell you a new story about dragons," said Qilu. Everyone ran and gathered around her. That evening, Ernik looked at the sky. Everything was normal now, but the village was happier, because they had a new family member. This story teaches us that sometimes the most beautiful-looking things can be dangerous, but true beauty is in hearts. Loneliness can lead people down wrong paths, but love and understanding heal everything. Qilu's story shows that everyone needs love and acceptance, how important it is to give people chances instead of prejudices. Friends, while listening to this story, did a voice inside you say, "I sometimes feel lonely like Qilu too"? I know many of you have experienced this feeling, because all of us at some point have chased after things that look beautiful on the surface, like that pink snow, but actually empty us inside. Isn't Qilu's story actually all of our stories? Who has never felt loneliness, who has never desired real friendship, and who has never hesitated to give other people a chance? If this story touched somewhere in your heart, click that like button. Because that little click is actually a way of saying, "I understand these feelings too." Tell me in the comments, who have you given second chances to in your life? Or how did your life change when someone gave you a chance? I'm curious about your real stories, because each of your experiences inspires new stories. Don't forget to subscribe, friends, because I'm here with you every day, not just to tell stories, but to feel together, to learn together. We've become a family here, haven't we? We'll be together again in the next story. Until then, look at yourselves and the people around you with a little more compassion. Who knows, maybe there's a Qilu in your life too, just waiting for a chance.